What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Seek and Destroy stream, and we are back with Halo 2 Anniversary Edition. This is Episode 3, The Arbiter. That's not exactly how they would break it down in the game. I think we're actually on, like, chapter or story mode, chapter 5 or 6 or something like that. But as far as the context of how this show is formatted, we are on Episode 3. Normally we do, like, 1-hour episodes, but I've been trying to keep it a little less tonight because I wanted to go make sure I got my laundry when I needed it. So I did 2 like 40 to 45 minute episodes so far, and we're going to try to continue that tonight with this episode and the next one. And then after that, we'll see how well I feel and decide if we want to keep going or not. Because as you can tell by my voice, I am not feeling super well. So there might be points of this game where I'm a little bit more quiet than I'm used to, but I will try to at least keep up with the chat as long as they're feeling chatty and have questions. And then from time to time, I'll try to talk about a little bit of the lore of the universe, but not too much because I feel like I already did that in previous episodes. And the last time we streamed this, I think it's all as one like 5.5 hour long stream that's on this YouTube channel if you're watching later on YouTube. Because I decided I think I will put these up on YouTube. I think they're cut pretty well together, and even though my energy is kind of low and my voice is screwed up, I think the episodes came out pretty good so far. So because normally when I'm sick, it's like I never rewatch my own show, obviously, or rewatch my own episodes, but I know like my mom or someone might, and I know my mom doesn't want to sit around and watch me be sick on stream. So but I don't think she'll watch this one with Halo. She likes watching me play Transformer games. All right. So we are back. And I might have to refresh my own chat. So give me 1 second. If you're chatting with me, I apologize. I'm probably missing your comments. It doesn't look like my thing refreshed. So if you are back, let me know in about 10 seconds here. All right. Here we are. Boom. We got it. We're here. Grifter's back. What is up, Grifter? I can't wait to watch tonight before I go to bed. I'm going to watch the Bethesda and the EA press conferences from E3 for sure. I want to see what those companies have to talk about. Because the Battlefront thing, like, I don't really care. Like, Battlefront 2, when I saw the gameplay trailer and the other trailer for it, I was just kind of like, it doesn't... I don't think Battlefront 2 won me over yet. And it has a big uphill battle to go, because as you guys know, I feel like I got ripped off with the first game. I'm okay with, like... I know it's a gamble, right? It's a risk that if you spend your money on, like, a movie or a game or a comic book or whatever... chances are it could suck, right? And normally I'm okay with that risk if I at least feel like the value's there. And with Battlefront 1, the value was not there. I bought the game, which was $60, and I paid $60 basically for a season pass, and that was bullshit. I paid for 2 games and I barely got 1 finished game. So Battlefront can suck my asshole. After I eat the hot sauce challenge, it can suck my asshole at that time and place, and then it can go fuck itself. So I don't think I'm going to be getting Battlefront 2 because I saw the trailer and I'm like, Star Wars. I knew this was going to happen. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I certainly was when I was a kid, but as an adult, I've taken a few steps back from Star Wars, and that's why my channel, I had a lot of Star Wars content on my YouTube channel, and why a lot of it went away was because I was kind of running out of nice things to say about Star Wars. I was reading a lot of the new Extended Universe books. Couple of them are good, most of them are crap. The Marvel books, couple of them were good, most of them were crap. I just can't. And Rogue One, I have more negative things to say about Rogue One than I do positive things. So it's like I have to step back from Star Wars. I think it's Disney getting Marvel was a good thing for Marvel, I think, because I think it helped improve the quality of their storytelling, and I think Kevin Feige is the right guy to come in and tell basic stories that don't take a ton of risk and play it safe and are fun and are a great popcorn time. And I like that. And I think that's great. But I don't think Disney having Star Wars, I was hoping it would be really good, a really good thing. But so far, I'm not so sure. So we'll see how I feel about episode 8. before I commit to being a get off my lawn Star Wars guy. Grifter says, Cajun asshole. I agree with everything you said about Battlefront, although I heard a new developer was added for Battlefront 2. Oh, I can't take him. Nice. I can't take him. That's good to know. That's pretty good. I only had one question for Rogue One. Where are the Bothans? Yeah, right? Well, I think the Bothans, it's easy for me to get them confused because there's 2 points in the Star Wars original trilogy where they needed to get information on stuff. And wasn't Return of the Jedi when they mentioned Bothans? Or am I easily get those confused. Even though I've seen those movies 100 times, I don't know why I can't commit that to memory on whether the Bothans were getting the first Star Destroyer plans or Death Star plans, or if they somehow were involved with the second Death Star. I can't remember. But if they were supposed to be part of Rogue One, then yeah, I don't know where the fuck the Bothans were. Seek, before you play, I want to know your honest opinion on every Star Wars film. Just tell me if you thought it was good or bad. A New Hope was good. I like A New Hope. Empire is, I think, great. Return of the Jedi is good. So, like, good, great, good, in my opinion. Episode 1 is okay. It's not great, and it's not good. It's just okay-ish. I would say that for all 3 of the prequels. I hate a lot of stuff in the prequels, but I've watched them numerous times. So to me, they're okay. The best thing to come out of the prequels was the Clone Wars cartoon, both versions. And for that, I cannot completely hate the prequels because they gave us like Commander Rex and Fives and all these really great characters that were fleshed out in the Clone Wars cartoon. So I can't hate the prequels now because Clone Wars is so fantastic. And Rebels is fantastic. Force Awakens I liked. I genuinely liked that movie, even though it played it safe, even more so than a Marvel movie sometimes plays it safe. But what I liked was the characters were charismatic. I liked Daisy Ridley. I liked John Boyega, and I liked Poe Dameron. What's his name? Isaac. Those 3 characters, and even Kylo Ren, were so charismatic and so magnetic on screen that I liked them as characters. Rogue One has the opposite problem. Rogue One has a story that I don't super care about. There's some interesting things in there, and I think there's a good movie within Rogue One, and I think with some re-edits and a couple more reshoots, they could have made it better, but I just hated the characters. Except for some of the guy, the blind guy and his buddy. I kind of like that relationship. I thought that was pretty good. I wish it was fleshed out more, but I like that a little bit. And Jyn having connection to her dad and him being the Death Star guy, that's a great premise. But Jyn Erso and Cassian, whatever, the dude across from her, they're so boring on screen. Like, they are not charismatic. They are not magnetic. And I can't stand watching them say a single line of dialogue in that whole movie. And I also don't know why Forrest Whitaker dies. It makes no sense. It's like he's like a guy who's been fighting his whole life. He's so tough and fights so much that he even replaced organic limbs with robotic limbs. And then he's just like, I'm just going to blow up with the planet. I'm like, why? It makes no sense. You're a fighter. You should be bringing Jyn to her father. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. But those are my little quick Star Wars things, since you asked.
And we shall quell the heresy without incident.
Oh, Bothans was the first one? Okay. Yeah, then I don't know where they were. I do not know where the Bothans went. Oscar Isaacs is Bay all the time. Yeah, for sure. I love Oscar Isaacs. He's great. All right, let's get it on.
Plants in position.
I know people tuned in. They're like, I thought he was going to play Halo. I didn't know he was going to talk about Star Wars for 10 minutes. You love it. You love my Star Wars talk. You hater on YouTube later.
Their local battle net in disarray. We are the element of surprise. For now.
I am one with the Force. The Force is with me. Yeah, I know. I love. I love that. That stuck with me after the movie. I was kind of hoping Donnie Yen was a former Jedi that gave up being a Jedi, or maybe quit the Jedi Order when they refused to train Anakin. Maybe he saw a problem with that. I kept hoping he would be like a former Jedi, and the dude who was with him
but take heed. Your armor system is
was like a clone trooper that aged. You know, like a clone trooper that took the chip out of his head and was like, I'm going to protect this Jedi with my life. That's what I thought their relationship was going to be. And I was really bummed when that wasn't the case. That was my fanboy speculation of their relationship before I saw the movie. Oh. If you're going to kill off a bunch of people and it's supposed to be really sad, you're kind of need to make people care about those characters. Yeah, that's how I felt about Rogue One. I was shocked that they killed everyone, but I think I was shocked because I was like, wow, I don't even know these characters that well. Like I'm like, that's a ballsy move to kill people I barely know. But whatever. I mean, I could watch Rogue One multiple times too, just like the prequels. It's not like I don't hate it. I don't hate it or dislike it worse than some of the prequels. Yeah, I'm not in love with it either. And I just think it's okay. Like, it's just okay. Like, I'm all for like a Dirty Dozen or a Suicide Squad story for Star Wars, but because my favorite thing you can do with a franchise is like Captain America, what they did with him was the second movie they were like, oh, let's make a spy espionage movie, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And then like Iron Man 3 was like, oh, let's make a almost like a fish out of water in a way, but it's like let's take Tony Stark out of his suit and let's put him in like rural America without power, without his suit, all that stuff, and it kind of worked. I was like, hey, I like this. This works for me. So I like when they add a genre to like something, like they take something that already exists and they're just like, oh, let's make this version of it, and that tends to work. I'm starting to wonder if that's possible with Star Wars. Because I was like, ooh, like a Suicide Squad of Star Wars? Can that work? And that's not with the people that made it, anyway. At least not in my opinion. So I'm really worried about these anthology movies. The next one they're doing is Han Solo. I don't give a fuck about early Han Solo adventures. I don't care. I don't care how he met Chewie. I don't care how he met Lando Calrissian, because I kind of already know they said it. Well, they say how he got the Millennium Falcon from him. But I don't care. I just don't care. Where do we go? Do we gotta jump on this thing? You guys see that thing? Where is it? Ah! Let's switch to old school graphics to see him. Wow. Clever girl. Wait, I think we gotta go press this button. Maybe? There we go. Yep. Terakasi Master or something. Sorry about the chat. Just wanted to hear Seek's opinion about Star Wars. Oh, I'm sure everyone's cool about that. I'm sure. I don't. You don't know anyone. An apology. It's all good, dude. I've already said everything about Halo that I want to say, so I think we're good. Damn. Are these friends? Oh, they're friends. Oh, I was like, wait. It's possible, but they don't seem to want to do it right. Rogue One should have been like a spy Suicide Squad movie. I'm with you. Lurk Mode, what's up, Deadeye? How's it going, dude? Deadeye, I got the Hot Sauce Challenge book right here. Better get that butthole ready. Better get that butthole ready. Get that butthole. Do the amoeba. Do the amoeba. Do the amoeba. Bam. You're dead. Oh shit. Bam. Let's do this. I was like, wait, I gotta get out of this room. Damn. No shit. Boom. Han Solo movie should have a Firefly vibe. Rogue Squadron should be kind of a Top Gun movie. Are they doing Rogue Squadron? Have they announced Rogue Squadron? Like, I don't even know what their movie lineup is, because I started after Rogue One. I started to pull away. I was like I said, and it sucks because I had people request like, hey man, can you do more Star Wars reviews on your YouTube channel? And they do get a lot of hits, but I started realizing, I'm like, man, I don't really have a ton of nice stuff to say about some of the recent Star Wars stuff. I just like Rebels. Rebels is like my favorite Star Wars thing right now. And that's about to do its last season. So I think this is a terminal, which we're not going to access because that'll fuck our stream up. They really try to squeeze a lot of money from Star Wars, and it sort of pisses me off. I think it's okay to reboot franchises only when the franchise is left on a cliffhanger. However, Star Wars wasn't left it at that. Yeah. Deadeye Shots is here, guys, but he's in lurk mode, so nobody pointed out. Oh my god, the amoeba dance. Grifter says, I would just assume it would be a movie if they're doing ancillary stories. I just wanted them to do the EU stories as movies. Oh yeah, the EU doesn't exist anymore, though. Disney doesn't like the EU. They want their own EU. So, yeah, I don't know if you'll see something like Rogue Squadron. I mean, never say never, right? But, you know, I don't know. You would think, like, Disney, it's like, Disney's really good at like taking stories that already exist and retelling them. Like obviously Cinderella, Snow White, Peter Pan. They're really good at that. You would think it's like, hey, we already have Star Wars stories written. Why don't you just make those? And they're like, no, we're gonna do original stuff. And it's like, but you're so good at copying. Why wouldn't you just keep copying? Oh, damn. Stuck him right in the brain.
For you, this was made.
Backstory, couldn't find my Winchester jacket. It's the only one that can help me deal with desert cold. Oh, back sorry. I got you. Sorry, John. Hope you stay warm up there or over there. Get that jacket. Winchester jacket, huh? Yeah. I like the sound of that. Yeah, that was the biggest thing that made me mad with the reboot. There are so many good stories. Yeah. Yep. I have not really liked the Star Wars Marvel comics, really. Like, I like the Darth Vader one because I like the Dr. Aphra chick and her two, like her evil C-3PO and evil R2. I liked that. I thought that was pretty cool. And I think she has her own series now, which I'm going to pick up when it's in trade. Yeah, outside the Darth Vader book, though, the Star Wars books, I pretty much only liked when they did the one-shot Obi-Wan Kenobi stories, where it's like him on Tatooine and stuff. I was like, okay, these are good. They're pretty decent. And they're one-and-done storylines. My favorite moment, I think, in the Marvel Comics ones was when they did that really terrible crossover, where it was like Darth Vader, I think it was called like Jedi Down or TIE Fighter Down or something like that. I can't remember. Something down. Basically Luke knew without a shadow of a doubt that this was probably his one chance to take out Darth Vader. And so what he did was he suicide bombed into him. So Darth Vader's flying his TIE Fighter, and he's trying to shoot Luke, and Luke's outmaneuvering him. And he's like, oh, this kid is strong, and I can feel the force around him. He's like, this is the kid from the Death Star. Like, I remember him from the Death Star. Like, it's the same pilot. And then Luke, like, turns, like an extreme turn, and then just crashes right into Vader and splits his ship in half. And then Luke crashes somewhere and is unconscious for most of the rest of the story. And Vader lands, and he just crawls out, and there's like all these rebels around him, and he just kills them all, like in like one move. You're just like, holy shit. Those moments were like my favorite. And then after that, I was like, all right, this book, I'm done reading this book. Boom.
Deal with him, my brothers. I will defend the Oracle.
Let me out. No, let me out.
The heretics are mobilizing their air force. Get after their leader, but watch your back. I'm sending one of our phantoms to support you.
All right, here we go. Let's do this. Old school graphics, new school graphics. Sweet. So we just gotta stick with that thing. Goodbye. Damn. Oh, well, yeah. Looks like Dean's, according to my friend Catherine, she calls it that. Oh, Dean's jacket? Nice. So it's green? Yeah. Sweet. Dean Winchester, the man.
The heretics have weapon emplacements all over the facility, Arbiter. We'll take them out one by one until we find the heretic leader.
Let's go get a new ship here. Because we're about dead. Come on, Cletus. Funny about this music, it sounds like the end theme song to like a Sega Genesis game. You know, like a Sonic or something like that. Like it's just like it's got the guitar riff in it, and I'm like, really? This is this level's music? Yeah, I've been reading Star Wars novels since the 80s, and they are now like, man, none of them that happen. Yeah, no, they don't care about any of that stuff. Well, that's why I like Rebels, though, is because all the guys who work on Rebels, the men and women that develop those shows and those episodes, is that they're big fans of the extended universe, the old school extended universe. So, they like are they're like they brought like for example like what's his name Thrawn, like they brought Thrawn in because they're like, hey, we're big fans of Timothy Zahn's stuff, and they even had Timothy Zahn write the episode, I think, with Zahn, so with Thrawn. So I thought that was really cool. So Rebels is a nice place to get a little bit of EU love, old school EU love. Okay, I'll watch Rebels then. Oh man, yeah, it's good. Season 1 doesn't have a ton of that in there. I mean, there's like some really like obscure references in season 1, but season 2 and 3 are like, if you're an old school EU fan, you'll like. I think you'll like those seasons. Oof. The fuck is shooting? Oh.
This way, Arbiter. I see another heretic position.
Oh shit! Well, we're dead. I pressed the wrong button. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that was totally my bad. Sorry. We're gonna have to replay some of this now. I apologize. I was trying to shoot a missile, and I think I just pressed the exit button. I was not paying attention. R.I.P. Yep. I've avoided the animated stuff up until now. Oh man, no, dude. Clone Wars is fantastic, and Rebels is fantastic. I'm a big fan of cartoons, though, so I never I never hesitated for a second to watch those stuff. Plus, the big thing about Rebels is why I jumped on Rebels, because Rebels actually got me into Clone Wars. I watched the original Clone Wars, the one that was like McQuarrie style and design and stuff, and it was like a bunch of short episodes that almost perfectly bridged episode 2 and 3 together. Not gonna lie, pretty much almost perfectly. And I watched that, but then Clone Wars, I was like, I don't really like the animation that much. I'm gonna skip this one. And I didn't really know too many of the people at the time who were working on it. Like Filani wasn't like that big of a name at that point to me. And then I watched. I heard that Greg Wiseman, was one of the creators of Gargoyles in the 90s, and he also did the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon, and he did Young Justice. I was like, okay, this guy, he's the real deal, and he's going to do a Star Wars show? I'm like, yeah, okay. So when I heard he was going over there to do that, I was pumped for Rebels, and he's what brought me into Rebels. But then Filani and those guys are the ones that kept me on Rebels, and then I became fans of theirs. And then so yeah, then I became fans of Filani, and then I went back and binge watched Clone Wars before it was taken off of Netflix, and I fell in love with Clone Wars big time. I love the clones. The clones, a lot of the clones were, if you ask like my top 10 characters on Clone Wars, it'd be like Ahsoka Tano, and maybe like Obi-Wan. Even Anakin I like on Clone Wars, and then the rest would be clone characters. I love all the clones on Clone Wars. They're so good. Fives being one of my favorite. I don't mind anime. The prequels just bum me out to the point of not watching Clone Wars. Oh yeah, no, the Clone Wars cartoon is the best. It makes you not hate the prequels, because then you're like, oh, the prequels gave us this. So that's why I don't say I hate the prequels anymore, because I'm like, I don't hate the prequels. They gave me Clone Wars, and Clone Wars is fantastic. So yeah, I have my hatred for the prequels diminished a little bit because the Clone Wars cartoon is so good. Oh, die, everyone, die. Yeah, I remember Clone Wars. I'll never forget the ending of Clone Wars and how perfectly it bridged the gap between Star Wars 2 and 3. Yeah, it was pretty good. Did a really good job. Ow, 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 you mother... Same team, same team. So I messed up by missing Clone Wars. I guess I'll backtrack. It's worth it, man. I'm telling you. If you're a Star Wars fan, it's worth watching Clone Wars.
Clear that landing zone and get inside.
It's the one thing they do right with the prequel universe, in my opinion. I'll just park that right on your head. Oh, die. Alright, we made it. Shit. Boom. Open. The Oracle. The Oracle. Everyone who's here, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for making this a Star Wars episode. I actually see a lot of similarities between Halo and Star Wars. I talked about that many times before, not just because they're sci-fi, but in their approach to storytelling. I mean, you can even look at like the series. You have Halo 1, 2, and 3, right? The original trilogy. And then you make Reach, which is the prequel that leads right up to the events of Halo 1, and it's a suicide mission with 6 people that you don't really learn too much about. Going on a suicide mission to bring Cortana, or the plans and designs of Cortana, to the Pillar of Autumn. And pretty much that's what Rogue One is. It's almost like a rip-off in some ways. It's pretty interesting, the parallels between these universes. And the way they handle the extended universe in Halo is the same way that used to for Star Wars before Marvel took over, before Marvel and Disney took over. So... a lot of fun similarities in these worlds. I really like that too, because I'm obviously a Star Wars fan. But I would say I'm probably a little bit of a bigger Halo fan these days than Star Wars, which I know sounds blasphemous to people, but that's just how I feel. Star Wars is good, and I'll always love it, but I don't know. I feel a little disconnected to it lately. ever since Disney took over. And I used to work for Disney. I think Disney makes a lot of things better. They certainly make Marvel movies better, you know? And I know that's Kevin Feige and other people too, but it's a group effort. And I think that was smart of them to acquire Marvel and do something with them. Whoa. But I'm not getting that vibe with Star Wars so far. But like I said, I like Force Awakens enough, so at least I'm hoping to like episode 7, 8, and 9. The anthology movies I feel like are not needed. Not really needed, in my opinion. Old school fantasy stories layered on sci-fi. Exactly. Yep. Oh shit. I forgot there was flood in this game. Shit on me. Damn, these little fuckers.
Go on. I'll follow when our reinforcements arrive.
Give me this gun. There we go. I really like Rian Johnson as a filmmaker, so I'm hoping the next movie will be good. I am too. And I do like Rian Johnson as well. I love Brick. Right? He was the guy who made Brick. When they announced him, I was like, okay. When they announced Gareth Edwards for Rogue One, I really didn't get that excited. I'll be honest with you. I don't like Godzilla. I don't like his Godzilla movie. It sucks, in my opinion. It's boring. It's boring to watch. I haven't seen whatchamacallit, the new King Kong movie. I know that's not his, but I was just not. I liked monsters. It's like it was a cool little indie like movie with giant monsters. I'm like, oh, this was pretty good. Oh shit, we died. But so I was like, oh, the guy who made monsters is gonna make Godzilla. I'm like, that's perfect. And then I saw Godzilla, and I was like, ugh. So yeah, I'm not feeling his directing. Come on. Alright, let's make sure I don't die this time. Shit. Damn. Get my ass kicked this time. All the Star Wars talk is killing Seek. No, it's all good. I think my tiredness and my not feeling well is killing me. But in about 5 minutes, whether we make it through this whole level or not, let's stop and then restart with episode 4, the next episode. Because we're about at the 40-minute marker now. So we'll come back. So if you're here live, don't go anywhere. If you see me stop the stream, just hang out. If you're watching on YouTube later, definitely check out the links down below and check out some of our other streams and hopefully come back for the next episode and hopefully come over and watch us on Twitch and watch us live. And maybe oh shit, I killed my own guy. Maybe I'll feel better by the time you watch us live on Twitch. Because my throat is killing me. Nice. Thank God they die pretty easily with this sword. And the sword doesn't take that much energy to kill them either, which is nice. The new King Kong is very good. I love how they're going to incorporate Godzilla and King Kong together. Yeah, I think that's a good thing too, because it's not a convoluted universe, you know? It's like, it's two monsters. It's King Kong and Godzilla. It's not like The Mummy that came out this weekend, which, by the way, I hear is complete dog shit of a movie. Which is fine, because I expected that. I like Tom Cruise, but this movie just looked terrible. And Alex Kurtzman directed it? Fuck that. That guy's like one of the fucking worst screenwriters ever. He's the one who, I think he co-wrote Transformers 1 and 2. But 2 is like, really fucking bad, obviously. And then he did like Star Trek Into Darkness. I mean, that guy fucking, his quality of writing is dog shit. And I know you can't really judge a screenwriter based on how bad a movie is, because, you know, a director and the actors, everyone puts their own input in and they can change a bunch of stuff. But if that were the case, then he would at least have one good movie, in my opinion, that I could go, oh, well, this one was good. He must have, you know, written the hell out of that, and that director must not have changed much. I don't have a movie like that with this guy. Oh, shit. And we're dead. Fuck me. And nah, it doesn't matter, Grifter. Because like I already said, we're not going to talk about the lore unless you guys ask about it. I already prefaced the first episode by saying that this stream of this game is just me talking to the chat and whatever they want to talk about. So I don't really need to label it as a Star Wars episode. But I appreciate it, though. Plus, I typically don't do that on my YouTube, like label things as what we talk about. Maybe I should at some point, because maybe that will interest people to watch it more than the game we play. But yeah, haven't gone down that road yet. Here we go. Bastard. So 22 deaths? It's not too bad. But that's only, it was 19 deaths after one Halo game. And now we're on our second Halo game, and we're at 22 deaths. All right. Dude, if you want to kill something, kill something. I ain't stopping you. Hell is it? Sit down. I love that you're in the Party Rocking Gamer community. Oh, thanks, John. Me too. That was very nice of Fat Ugly to invite me over there. That was very, 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 very nice. Oh, shit. There we go. Checkpoint done. Nice. We still got 20% of this sword left. Oh, I spoke too soon. 15%. And I think I'll fit in more with the Party Rocking Gamers once the Optimus Prime thing is done. But we'll talk about that in the next episode, because we are at the 45-minute marker, and I'm going to stop here, and we'll come back with the last half of the Oracle episode, and then the level after that. And then we're probably going to call it a night after that, because as you can tell, I'm losing my voice. I got to be at work in the morning too, so I want to make sure I at least get a little bit of sleep before I go to work tomorrow. And I want to fold my laundry and all that business. So if you're here live, hang on 1 second. We'll be back. If you're watching later on YouTube, we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks so much. Peace.